We
Cool deal.
my my name is Coltrane 8300, and I've got my fellow caster Killbot here. We are going to be casting this lovely scrim with Chug Light versus Nebula Storm.
Ooh,
So right now, I want to invite everybody, and we'll get things rolling.
let's do it.
Messaging everybody now. Let's see. Half the fun is like messaging and getting everybody together.
I feel it.
Let me see. Okay, but the first map we're going to be starting on is Route 66, and then the other maps are going to be, what are they? Nubis and Nepal. So what do you think of those three maps? Route 66, and Nubis and Nepal.
Well, Route 66 is an interesting payload map.
Hmm.
It's got a lot of turns in it, but there's also a lot of cover for the defense to use. I'm. Do you know what either team likes to run on defense, or what they like to run in general?
Well, I don't know Nebula Storm, but Chuck Life. I mean, they like to run Bastion. They like to run Reaper. I mean, they mix it up a lot. So I mean, it could be anything.
Okay, so on their defense, I'm betting we're going to see a bunker comp,
Hmm.
if I had to guess.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot
Uh,
more bunker comps lately, so it wouldn't surprise me in the
yeah.
slightest to see some bunker comps. So let me
I think
see.
it's because of this Orisa buff. She is not nearly as slow when she's shooting anymore, and I think that just helps out a lot with the
Oh yeah.
maneuverability.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Getting everybody in here.
And the other two were Anubis and Nepal.
Yes.
Anubis is kind of just the epitome of 2CP and why people hate it. So that's going to be an interesting game no matter what happens.
Exactly. So, okay. Since we're getting Chug Life in here, so now we'll get things all shaped away. Okay. Cypher is going to the bench. Johnny, you're staying in. Final, you're going to the bench. Smoking, you're going to the bench. Art, you're going to the bench. Ice is going to the bench. Deers, you are going in. Everybody you're seeing right now is Chug Life, so I'm just getting that moved around. Spectate blue. And then we'll invite the other team in a minute. So, but no, I'm really excited for this. Chuck Life's been has a new reamp roster because they basically made a lot of roster changes and it's really been working out over the last few weeks from what I've seen. They started out a little rough with the first time. I think they had them all in, but they've really come in since.
It's always nice to see a team kind of starting to gel.
Oh, absolutely. Make sure I accept this guy from the other team's friend request. I did not. That's my own fault. Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And what they did last time, which seemed to work out, like every match, they took four people out and put four in. So I'm curious if it's gonna work again.
Wow.
Um.
That's a deep bench and that's an interesting strategy.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. So there's Nebula Storm. So let me make sure I got Chug Legs people right. They got Weird. That's right. Weird. Okama. Richard. Deers. Myland. and Johnny. Okay, so all right, so Chug Life's all good to go. So we're just waiting on Nebula Storm. I think they said they might have a few be late or something. I'm not sure yet. So we'll see what they are going to be doing. But we got about 8 minutes, so we're going to start anyway. So let me
Yeah,
make
we've got
sure.
a little bit of time.
Yeah. Okay, so we're all good to go. We're just waiting on the other two, and we got a few minutes anyway. So, but no, I know some of the people from Nebula Storm because, like I said, there's some other teams like Psycho Mantis, and I think a couple others.
Hmm.
But I don't know much about them, so I can't say too much about them. But with Chug Life, honestly, what comp they run is what I've noticed is what players they in. Because like last week when they played, they took four people out and put four people in every time. So every time like a different map was changed, the comp was changing almost based off of what players are in and out. Not always changing, but everybody has a certain play style. Play certain characters.
Right.
So like I noticed that last week. It's like they just I don't know they switch things up here and there.
I'm interested to see that because that's gonna give some cool possibilities.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know much about Nebula Storm, but I do know Leaf Poe and Mr. Clip.
Oh, do you?
Mr. Clip is an incredibly aggressive Reinhardt.
Ooh.
Sorry, an incredibly aggressive Reinhardt. So we're probably going to be seeing a lot of charges coming from him.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at their stats now, just curious of who plays what, who does what. So let me see real quick. Uh, can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. I had to change my controllers. My other one's about to die.
I know I've played against Leaf Poe, but I cannot remember what they what
Y-
their role is.
yeah, same. Okay, so the two people they're waiting on Nebula is Psycho Mantis and CM Punk. So once they get online and I guess get in here, we'll be good to go.
Hmm.
And Psycho Mantis is online. See if I can invite him. But no, I'm really excited for this. So we got about 5 minutes, and it's so hard to predict like who's gonna win what because I don't know like what Nebula plays. Usually, this is one of those ones I just kind of go with the flow and like just
Yeah.
go with it because like in the league matches and like in some other matches, who people are gonna play. You know the rosters, you know this and that. But with like the scrims like this, kind of just going with the flow.
Well, it'll definitely make for an interesting
Yeah.
match.
So I will say one thing with Chug Life that I think was really did go with him last week. That my island on their team, he is a really
Hmm.
good Widow. So last week he was popping off with Widow, and I'm really excited to see if he does that again.
I wonder what Nebula will do to counter it.
Yeah,
If they stick with Mr. Clip, who I'm just guessing is going to be on Reinhardt. I have no proof, but that is my guess. If they maybe switch it up, try to dive a Widow, do
yep, yeah. I always
something.
I always love one v one Widow battles.
Only when our Widow is the one that's winning. uh,
So okay, we're still waiting on them, but yeah. So I don't know. I think I love Route 66. It's such an open map, and there's so much like high ground. And I think
mhm.
it's a good map to like. It's not a real huge bunker map compared to like Paris or Rialto and some other ones I think,
No.
but it's definitely like I don't know. You can definitely get stopped real easy, or you can get run it down somebody's throat.
The way I kind of normally see it going, you get hard held at the chokes for a while, and then you just get one nice pick, and bunker kind of falls apart.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, bunkers. You don't see, like you said. I think we talked about earlier. I think you don't see too much Bastion here compared to other maps.
Right.
So we got about 3 minutes. We're still waiting on the other two. So I guess we can't start until they're here anyway. So yeah, well, I say 3 minutes, but we'll see. But yeah, the maps again for everybody to know are, like I said, where are they at? Route 66, Anubis, and Nepal. Um, so I I can't even make a prediction because I don't know when Nebula Storm runs. Usually I make a prediction at the beginning of every one. Uh, yeah, but so I guess getting away from the scrim a little bit since we can't really talk too much about it until it starts. What do you think of all the new stuff coming out
Yeah.
with Havana and all the like the new two skins of Mercy and Lucio?
I actually already picked up my Lucio skin,
Oh, did you?
and I love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome, dude.
The gun on it just looks so cool.
Oh, it's awesome.
Um, as far as Havana coming out, I'm really excited for it. I haven't gotten a chance to look around it or play on it yet.
Hmm.
So honestly probably after this scrim, that's gonna be what I'm doing. But I'm really excited to see how it turns out.
Oh yeah.
Have you been able to play on it yet?
I I I played half a game on it, and I got off to play with some local friends. But I mean, half a game I did play was like it seemed a lot like a like a Rialto or
Okay.
I don't know, Hollywood. Like it's very like high. It can be there are high ground points and there's low ground points. There's a whole bunch of like different things.
Hmm. How did it differ from the archives mission?
Uh, so basically, when you come out of the very first like not spawn, but the very first entrance from what's it called, Havana on the archives, that's where the payload starts.
Mhm.
And the first checkpoint
Okay,
is when you get into the building. The second checkpoint is when you
makes
get out of
sense.
the building, and the third point is like when you get to the
Okay.
very end.
Okay, so it follows the same path.
Yeah, it's the
It's not
same.
pulling a Rialta where you
Yeah,
go through it backwards.
if you've played the archive mission, then you at the very least kind of know the map.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. So, uh, still waiting. Shout out to everybody. We got a little under 20 viewers right now. No, this scrim was kind of last minute, and so we have a little bit less viewers today, but that's okay. Um, so, we are once again just waiting, and somebody else backed out. Okay. So, it is 9:30, but we can't really start.
Nebula,
Yeah, we can't really start
yeah,
until they
Nebula Storm is having some trouble.
yeah, all I have is Lipo. All I have is Lipo or Leaf and Psychomantis added. So Leaf's got to add his guys. So I guess we'll just have to wait. But so here's a quick question for you. What's your favorite like archives in the past? Is it this current one? Is it the Black Watch one, or is it the one I think from last year? I can't remember the name of it. The Heroes
So,
Rising.
so I only started playing Overwatch last October,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
So this is my first archives event.
Okay, never mind.
As far
So
as playing through all of them,
yeah,
playing through all of them, I kind of like the Black Watch one
yeah, I love that
with
one.
Moira Reaper. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Blackwatch one. It's really I think the hardest one by far is the I think it's Heroes Rising with the Torb, Ryan, Mercy, and Tracer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, playing that on Legendary is so hard.
It it feels like it shouldn't be, and then someone dies.
Yeah, right.
It was an interesting. It was tough to complete all those. Especially, I don't know if you queued with friends or like with a pre-stack. I was queuing with some randoms the
Uh-oh.
first couple times I played,
Hmm.
and well, you you get what you expect.
Yeah, yeah. It's better to group with friends.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah. So once again, we're still just waiting on two people: Psycho Mantis and the other guy. What's his name? CM Punk. So yeah, so we're just waiting on them, and once we get them in here, we'll get started. Um, Chug Life is
Psycho
all.
has been in and out of the match,
Well, I
so
know. Well, no, actually, I keep inviting him, and how it works in the custom game is when you invite somebody,
mhm.
they show up on the screen for like 30 seconds with a
uh,
little like circle around them, and then if they don't press the join button in
gotcha,
like 30 seconds, they just don't get in. It looks like they backed out, but they just never accepted the invite.
gotcha. Did not know that.
Yep. So Nebula Storm's got 4 people, and meanwhile Chug's got 11. They could almost scrim themselves.
Honestly, yeah.
Right, so I guess while we're waiting, I'll make sure all my settings are right, because I usually do that right beforehand. So yeah, everything's good. And when I first started casting like a year ago, you got to change. You know how like quick play, you play like one push, and then it's just done. And copy play 2 pushes.
Mhm.
Attack and defend. Well, my first ever game casting for a scrim, and it was against two like teams, and I forgot to put it like on competitive mode. So then, like at the end of like one person's attack, it just went back to the lobby, and I was like, oh shoot, I messed up. I had to replay the entire map as comp. So, okie dokie. You still there, Kill? Oops. Oh, you still there, Killer?
Hello? Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, my mic was being a little weird.
oh, you're good, bud. So, also, so a new rule we kind of added, and we're doing today for anybody that's watching, just for this scrim at the very least. So just for this scrim, is each team gets 1 pause. So that means if Chug Life, one person from Chug Life or one person from Nebula Storm disconnects, then I pause it for up to 5 minutes for them to get back. If they don't get back in 5 minutes, then we start to keep the game started and keep it rolling. And if they disconnect a second time, then we just don't pause it and we keep going. So each team gets 1 pause.
That's definitely
Yeah,
a
yeah, and it's for disconnects. It's not like a timeout in
yeah.
football where you can just call it any time. It's only for like people that have internet and something shot out. They have give them you can pause it and then
Right.
you give them 5 minutes to get back. Have you
Yeah,
ever?
something out of their control.
Yeah,
That I like that rule. I am currently playing in a different league where we don't have pauses, and it's rough. If anyone DCs,
yeah, yeah. I feel you there. Well, I'll be perfectly honest. We didn't know about the pause like control button until about like a week ago. I'll
that's
be
fair.
I'll be perfectly honest with you, bud.
I mean, trying to sort through the control options in this game can be a bit crazy, and
Oh yeah.
especially since none of the spectator controls are automatically bound. There's if you're not looking for it, you might not ever find the pause button.
Mhm. Oh yeah. Yeah, the pause button's all the way at the bottom of the control section, and it really annoyed me because I couldn't find it forever. I had to watch a YouTube video, honestly.
Hey, whatever works, man.
So I'm just messaging the teams now, getting things together.
Yeah, they are. They're running late.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm not sure if the guy Fusion's got he's on Nebula Storm, but he wasn't in their starting roster. So I'm not sure if Leaf and Nebula want to start him or wait for the other two guys. So I'm kind of getting confirmation on whether he's starting or I'm going to put him on the spectators bench.
Fair enough.
So, uh, do you watch Overwatch League at all?
As often as I can.
What's your team?
NYXL all the
Uh,
way.
uh, I can't talk
What
to you.
about you?
I can't talk to you. I'm a Philly fan. State, you gave us a hard time in stage two. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we did. We gave everybody except Atlanta a tough time,
Oh
and
yeah, Atlanta's your Achilles heel.
apparently it came out of nowhere, and I was not prepared for it. And then it happened twice. So I hope my NYXL get back on their feet.
I think they will. They're a
But
good team.
yeah. How has Philly been doing? I haven't been keeping track too much.
They're not gonna make the playoffs for stage two, but I mean, the the exact definition I could describe them is they're average. Like they're number 10 in like all the rankings of the gatekeepers. Like they're not amazing, but they're also not shitty. They're just in the middle. They're that
That's
team.
fair.
They're that team, and they can beat Florida and Washington 4-0, but we also lose to Vancouver and NYXL 4-0. So there's no middle ground, or I guess that we are the middle ground actually.
You know what? That's a respectable position. You got room to grow.
Oh yeah.
And from what I remember, Philly was giving London a hard time, and
Well, yeah,
they're
we beat them the first match of the year, and then we
yeah.
almost beat them like a couple weeks ago. And it's funny because my roommate's a London fan too.
That's always fun.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, it's rumored that the finals championship's going to be in Philly this year.
Really?
Yeah, I read apparently it got leaked, and they're saying the grand. Last year was in New York. Yeah, this year they're saying Philly.
I can dig it.
Yep.
What do you think about them trying to start having home and away games? Because they just had the first home game in Dallas.
I love the idea. I love the concept, but it's going to be
Hmm.
hard to pull off because, like for like an NFL or pro like special sports besides Overwatch, they're used to like spending all this money on traveling, but it's going to be hard for send and, it's send people across the world because I mean you're going to have home games in China, South Korea, Europe,
Oh yeah.
America. So it's not like you're just traveling across the U.S. That wouldn't be a big deal, but the fact that you have to go all the way around. I think that's going to be interesting because it's I don't know how they're going to do the home games this coming season or next season, whatever you'll call it. But it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I definitely see the issues they're gonna run into with that.
Yeah.
Um, I believe they're just kind of starting it out with the U.S. teams though, or at least the continental like NA teams.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. We'll have to wait and see if they expand it or not.
Yeah, I know the first home games this season, like you said, we already played at Dallas, so everybody played at Dallas, and then I know they're
Hmm.
playing at LA, and then I think they're finishing Atlanta, I think, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like a trial run to make sure everything goes good outside the Blizzard arena.
Yeah.
So. So I think Fusion is starting for the Nebula, so we're just waiting on Psycho Mantis, and Leaf said he's finished in a comp game. So as soon as he's, I guess,
Mm,
finished, he's gonna jump right in. And Chuck like will be attacking on the first point because on attack, assault, escort, and hybrid maps, the team on the left side, the blue team, always attacks first.
really?
hmm
Huh.
in these custom games, the left side always attacks first. So what I'll do is we'll play this game and everything, and then when we go to template of Anubis, I'll switch sides. So there's a little
Right.
button that says move, so I'll switch sides so that way next time Storm gets to attack first. So that way like it's even.
So you kind of keep it even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because we've had things in the past where like we play like 5 maps and the same team would attack like 5 times in a row, and I
Oh,
guess
jeez.
for attack first 5 times in a row and got a bit annoying.
Yeah. I can see how that would cause problems. But, hey, we live, we learn, we make it better.
Exactly. Okay. So once again, shout out to everybody watching right now. I know it's kind of we're in a little bit of a lull right now, but hopefully we will get started soon. We just waiting on one player, and then once the player gets in here, I'll message both captains of the teams and basically say we're good. And hopefully they'll respond back and say we're good.
With all the time they've had to prep, I would hope so.
Yeah, right though. So, oh, and somebody left.
And we lose Mr. Clip.
Yep, and he's back. I wonder if they're having like mic issue. I know sometimes people either leave and come back that quit. They usually just because they're having mic issues or like talking to the team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I could see it.
hmm Okie So, okie dokie. So, oh, he backed out again. Okay. So I guess a little bit about who we are for anybody watching. I guess I should have talked about this earlier. We are the Bronze Tacos, a friendly neighborhood where we have Discord and Facebook, mainly Discord. We are a 18 plus non-toxic uh, Discord, and like I said, Facebook as well. We have all types of scrims with like these teams. Like we have a league that we have multiple teams playing, a whole bunch of community or a whole bunch of people in our community, like over 430 people, lots of talks and everything. And I believe we have a bot set up that will just drop links in our uh, comments for the Discord and everything. So throughout the stream, if you want to join and everything, you just click on that link and you can join on up. Uh, like I said, it's 18 plus, non-toxic. You would just have to fill up a quick app and do a vetting match just to make sure you're not a squeaky little kid. Because, like I said, it's 18 plus. Okay, so we got Mr. Clip back in. Now we're just waiting on Psycho. I'm gonna try to invite Psycho, even though he probably won't accept.
I mean, you gotta keep trying.
Yeah. You know, when I first got on today, it took me a minute to realize like all these moons and suns were part of the I guess the like Pacific and Atlantic. I'm like, all right, everybody's got all these moons
Yep.
and suns. That's pretty cool. And then I was like, oh wait, I guess this actually means something. They're probably from the east or west coast or something.
I picked the Sun one because it was the same as the Lucio skin, and I play a lot of Dark Souls, so you gotta praise that Sun, my dude.
Oh my gosh, I mean, okay, I'll admit I've never played Dark Souls, but let me tell you a story. So my friend he bought Dark Souls, and like I said, I don't know
Hmm.
much about it, so I can't say a lot. But he was playing Dark Souls, and he brought it home. He started playing it. He said he got 2 or 3 hours into it, and he died. And he said when he died, he instantly like went back to the very first place he started at, like 2 hours earlier. He said,
He didn't rest at any bonfires.
nope. So what he did, without getting mad, he just calmly took out the disc, put it back into the the holder, and then went right back to GameStop, returned it. He had it for a total of 4 hours. Yep. Bought
That
it,
is
bought it,
absolutely amazing.
bought it, played it for 2 to 3 hours, died, went like respawned at the same place he started at, took the game out, returned it to GameStop.
That is absolutely amazing.
And he said he's like, yeah, man. He's like, I wasn't frustrated or anything. He's like, I just calmly took out the disc, put it back, and got my like X amount of dollars back, how much it was.
That is a much calmer reaction than many of the ones that I've had to that game.
Well, I remember him telling me he was saying if I was mad about that, he's like, I can't imagine being 30 hours into it. So he was just like, I'm just gonna be done with it.
I'm honestly just more impressed that he didn't die for 2 hours in that game. That's a that's an accomplishment all its own.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite game to play besides Overwatch, obviously?
Sorry, say that again?
What's your favorite game?
Hmm, that is a tough one. Uh, well, the new Spider-Man game that came out was that ate up so much time.
You know,
Also, the first game that I have 100% completed,
really,
which was, hmm it can't.
I've wanted to try it, but like I don't know, I'm not too big into like superhero games, so like I was a little hesitant.
It's fair. It does rely pretty heavily on you just liking Spider-Man, but he is such a well-written character in the game. I think even if you have no idea who he is going in, you'll enjoy the banter and just the writing, the story. Plus, the combat is engaging enough to be fun, but simple enough to not tick you off, I guess.
Hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think my roommate has the Spider-Man game, and I've watched him play it a little bit, and it looks fun as shit.
It absolutely is. I spent way more time than I ever should have just swinging around the city. Like, not even fighting anything, just web swinging.
Hmm.
Controls are smooth. Very, very nice.
Hell yeah.
What about you? When you're not playing Overwatch,
Oh,
what do you to go to?
so I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question. You're gonna ask me another question, and I'm gonna say I hate the newest game with a dying passion. But my all-time favorite like game series is Fallout, and you know exactly what I mean when I say I hate
Yep.
the newest game.
Mm-hmm.
as a die-hard Fallout fan, the newest game, it's just disappointed me so much.
I don't think I've heard a single good review for that game.
Nope.
Um, it's also the first new Fallout game I haven't bought in a while, and have no intention of
Well,
getting a.
I bought the collector's edition, and I mean the helmet and everything's nice, but like I don't know, it's not. Right, so we just had somebody pop in, and they popped right out. So I wonder if he's gonna play or not. Literally for a total of 3 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't even see who it was.
He was gamer something, but I don't think he was on their starting roster. By luck, or roster in general. No, he wasn't.
Well, this is an absolutely riveting scrim.
Yeah, this is one of the longest waits I've ever been on for a scrim. I know that.
Yeah, Psycho said he was in a comp game, right?
That's what I was told. That was like 15, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a very long comp game.
Yeah, right. Must have been like a hybrid and overtime. So, but no, yeah, Fallout was just a disappointment to me. The newest one. I was a diehard fan on the other ones. Like I played them all on my
Mm.
old Xbox 360, and I bought them all on PC and played them on PC. And it just when I saw 76, and here's something else I didn't know. So I played the open beta, and
Yeah.
I was like, trying to be optimistic. I played the open beta. I was like, all right, this is cool, this and that. And at the end of the open beta, I just ran out to the middle of nowhere with like no health and no weapons. And I was like, the open beta's over. I'll die here or whatever, whatever. So
Hmm.
anyway, like the beta just ended on me. I just went to a black screen and just ended. Anyway, I got the new game. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm really gonna start a new character. This and that. This and that. I start the game up, and it starts me out where my open beta character was with about 5 HP and a shovel as a weapon.
That is absolutely awful, and I apologize for laughing.
Okay.
Were well, I'm assuming you didn't play it for long, but were you at least able to start a new character or get somewhere where you had more health?
Yeah. All right. So real quick update. We're gonna get this rolling. So Ice Cold from Chug Life is gonna get on Nebula Storm's team at least play this first map.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
Just getting confirmation. So I'm just getting confirmation. Once they text message me back, we'll be good. Okay. All right. So both teams, once I are ready, so we're gonna go. We're finally throwing ourselves in here. Let's do this.
Woohoo!
All right. So Chug is gonna attack first. Um, So I'm curious how Nebula Storm's going to play. They have one Chug Life player on their team, Ice Cold. So we will see how this goes.
Do we know what role they're filling in on?
I guess whatever they want. I don't even know Nebula Storm. I know Ice plays
That's
tank, I
fair.
believe. So I
Okay.
mean, I don't know. I mean, he's. I don't think Ice has ever played with them before, and at least they don't, he's been in their group
Yep.
for about 30 seconds.
That's fair.
So okay, so
Let's see what we're working with.
so all right. So it looks like from both teams is standard 2-2-2 comps, nothing too crazy. Mylan's on that Widow. I'm excited to see him on that. It looks like for Nebula, they're going to be trying to run in a pharmacy with a Junkrat as well with Ice. Um, but these comps look pretty cool. Almost opposites besides the Mercies. So,
Yeah.
what do you think about the comps?
Nebula is going to be one of they want to play real close. They've got the Reinhardt and the Zarya. They want to brawl. The Moira's going to keep them up, and then for Chug Life, they have double snipers. Orisa, Zen, and Mercy. They want to keep them as far away as possible.
Oh yeah. Trying to.
No picks so far.
Yeah, nothing.
Nebula's
So
making some progress on the payload.
yeah, usually teams let them push to that gate, and that's when they usually try to get the first hold.
I'm surprised Chug Life didn't take the high ground on Big Earls.
Ooh, Fusion going down, that's gonna be big. He's gonna get res though.
Oh, and the res comes off. No deny.
Deers gets a good
Now
pick.
Ice
Oh,
is
nice.
out.
Yeah, you can't res that.
No.
Ooh, Fusion does go down, so it's now 6-on-4. Yep.
Oh, we see Mr.
More.
Clip's shield go down. Are they going to capitalize?
Yep.
They are.
Yeah. Nebula's got to fall back and regroup here.
Or risk a stagger. There it is.
Ooh.
Oh,
And
they're
Fusion.
finding picks
Yeah.
left and
Yeah,
right.
Fusion switches off the FAR to the Tracer, so I guess he's gonna try to get their backline a little bit.
And it's not going to work. Johnny's going to take him down with a headshot.
So Psycho Mantis just spectated, so he'll probably start the next map. Oh, Johnny gets two big ones with that ult.
That is a nice dragon. Into that tight and closed train car. There's nothing they could do.
Fusion gets a good pick on Mile, but he's gonna get rezzed.
Nebula needs to focus that Mercy a little bit more to stop
Yeah.
these reses.
Absolutely. I want to watch Mylon for a little bit through his scope.
We've got Johnny up on the high ground, shooting down onto Nebula.
Ooh, Weird gets two good picks.
Chug Life is just tearing through Nebula
Oh,
anytime they try to get close.
Oh yeah. I mean, Nebula needs to get in there and get a couple picks because every time a fight starts out, Chuck Life's just getting first pick, just like right there.
They're just getting outranged. They can't get close enough. They can't get through the damage with Mr. Clip's shield.
No, I mean, look, you can see, you already see that payload backing up. I mean, it's gonna be, and you forgot minutes. I mean, normally I would say you have one push, but you're so close to your spawn, you can get two full pushes.
Yeah. They've eaten up a lot of time at this first choke.
Yep, and there's Johnny again getting another pick.
Oh,
Oh, but
Fusion got...
he's probably gonna get res though.
That is...
Oh,
Oh, but Mr. Clip with the shatter?
he hammers into the shield, so it doesn't really get anybody.
Yeah. You hate to see it.
Oh, Mercy gets the other Mercy. This might be the turning point.
Yeah. Nebula made their push.
Oh, and they're gonna stagger that baby diva.
As you should.
Excellent stagger.
Oh.
But Milo gets a good pick, and he gets picked off.
They need to be careful not to stagger in here. They've
Well-
got two supports and a sniper.
Well, yeah, and Nebula doesn't have their Mercy right now. They only have that Zen with heals.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Or more, excuse me. They are going to contest here. And Nebula has no ults either compared to Chug's 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to hold it here. Unless something drastic happens.
I think Chug Life has this.
Yeah, they do. So, I mean, not far to push, but also not possible to hold. I mean, I've played many of games where I've both gotten it that far and held people that far, and you know, won and lost it before that. So it's definitely not over.
That's always the excitement on Route 66. It it just has such a variety of ways that it can be played. It's one that you almost always you're never sure where the payload's gonna stop.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I'm curious of what comps they're gonna run now.
I'm still willing to bet we're gonna see Mr. Clip back on Reinhardt.
You think so?
I I'm willing to bet.
Let's see. Yep, he
There
is.
it is. Ooh,
And
we're seeing a ball come out from Chug Life.
yeah, no shield tank. Risky. But I guess when you don't have that far to push it, you can try some new stuff, and you know, if it doesn't work the first two times, you still got 3 minutes.
We're still gonna see Mylon. Mylon?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Mylon,
Okay.
I think so.
On the Widow.
Hmm.
So we'll see some attack Widow, which is gonna be interesting. Actually, they're still running the double snipers.
Look, I like how Nebula's all in there, and I'm guessing they're gonna wait for them to come up and just like charge out. I think that's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, that is. It's an interesting tactic.
Oh, Johnny's
Let's
gonna see
if it
him.
pays off for him.
Johnny sees him immediately. He gets the arrow off.
Oh, and the hamster got behind. This is not looking good for Nebula.
Oh,
And his shield's down. They are sitting ducks in that room.
yeah. I mean, when you lose the element of surprise in there, you're kind of just screwed.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna see the D-Mech. Diva's just caught out.
Yeah, Zen's up there by himself.
Fusion goes down. We do get a pick on Widow
Yeah.
from the defense.
But that attacker spawn, usually it's defenders, but that attacker spawn is so close.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of trading back and forth right now. Ooh,
Which
it's
is
good freeze on
not good for Nebula.
Mm-mm.
They still have 3 up on cart.
Yeah, I think Nebula might hold us. Maybe, maybe not.
Well,
Ooh.
they just got their Diva back into the fight.
Oh,
So if
Johnny!
they can avoid...
Johnny couldn't get his ult off. He died.
They need to play real careful. Both their supports are down.
For Chug
For Nebula.
or Nebula. Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, but it looks like their Zen did make it back.
Yeah.
Moira on the path back. Nebula held it. And their healers are coming back.
I mean, so. Oh, great shatter. Oh, but he misses the charge. He charged into the wall.
Great shatter, but not enough follow-up. No picks. Ooh, Mr. Clip getting focused from behind on the Diva.
Yeah.
By the Diva.
It's maybe
Sorry.
maybe turn point.
Mm-hmm. A nice minefield to kind of block off any enemies.
All right. So now is when the push begins.
I think this might be it.
I mean,
Oh,
they're
we
gonna.
got Mr. Clip.
If they play their cards right, they can get one more fight. But I mean, they're all stuck
Yeah,
up there.
they need to be careful. Mr.
they-
Clip needs to make some room for him.
Yeah, they're not even gonna get a fight here. I don't think.
I think you're right.
Fusions
I
can't
think
get
this
over
is
that.
it.
So, yeah, this is it. Zen's on point with the mercy.
Oh, Zen contesting. We're gonna go see the Diva
Fusions
bomb.
gets there.
Oh,
Fusions is gonna go off point. Yeah. And this first map's gonna go to Chug Life.
it was a tough hold, and
The Chug Life just looks so much more organized than Nebula. But Nebula also had a player that never played with them before.
Right.
Never even talked to them before.
we'll see how that changes now that we have Psycho Mantis in the match.
Yeah.
Richard had some solid Orisa play.
Absolutely. Let's get back to the lobby. And
So
for
next up is Anubis.
hmm so first off,
All
let
right.
me throw ice back to the spectators. I know Psycho's gonna go in. Let me switch these teams up. So let me see. There's a bunch of subs coming in and out. So Johnny's staying in. Uh, let's see. Johnny's staying in. Ogama, whatever his name is going to out. Deers are staying in. Richard is coming out. Weird is coming out. And Mylan is coming out. Cypher's going in. Vinyl's going
So
in.
we are gonna see this 4 sub strategy from
Yeah.
Chug Life.
Yeah, they've been doing that often. I mean, it's working. What they've been doing is working.
Hey, if you have that deep of a bench, utilize it.
Yeah, right. Who's left? Artemis is going in. Okay. Spectate red. I'm gonna switch these teams, and then we'll get rolling here in a minute. So, what did you think of that first map overall? I mean, I know we had the player thing and all that stuff, but what did you think?
It felt like you mentioned, Chug Life was just a lot more organized. They were kind of focusing down targets harder, and they were just overall getting more picks and more value out of their choices. From where I was sitting, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of factors you can throw in, but plain and simple, Chug Life just looked better. I mean, it showed.
Hmm.
But now that Nebula's got their full 6, I'm curious of how this next map's going to turn out. So the next map is going to be Temple of Anubis, once I said it. Okay, so let me make sure both teams are good, and we'll get started. Okay. Okay. So, next time Nebula is going to be attacking first, and once again, Chug's going to start out defending. So we will see how this goes. I'm looking, everybody looks good so far. Chug Life says they're ready, so I'm just waiting on uh, Nebula Storm. Okay. Um, I feel like Nebula is going to do a lot better this time, considering they have Psycho Mantis is a really good Roadhog. He's a really good player. I've seen him play in the league and some other scrims, and he's definitely
Hmm.
nobody you should forget about anytime soon. So,
Oh, absolutely. He is he fills his role well.
so both teams are ready, so we're going to throw ourselves in.
Now entering the Temple of Anubis. Initiating match.
Once again, shout out to everybody watching. Apologize for the delay, but we're rolling on the second map, Temple of Anubis, and it's gonna be a fun map. What do you think of Temple? You said it earlier. Like, how do you like it?
It is one of the hardest maps, in my opinion, to attack. The chokes are just very harsh, and there's the center high ground, which is tough to get to. I believe this map heavily favors defenders.
Oh, absolutely.
Ready for battle.
I do think it's going to play to Nebula's advantage, though, if they stick with the Reinhardt, because of all the little extra rooms that they can kind of stabilize in and get their shield back.
So if you look, Chuck Life is this strat they're running here is a kind of like one of their how should I say it, like one of their trademarks. The Bastion Sim. They do that, play that a lot, and they have a lot of success with it. What they'll probably do here, this first point, is go from spawn up to this archway over top. I mean,
Hmm.
they'll probably go there, and then I feel like from there they'll probably just teleport somewhere else. But they're gonna take that teleporter to all kinds of places, probably on the gate first. Meanwhile, Psycho Mantis is also on Bastion, so I'm curious how this is gonna work out. Bastion on Bastion.
Attack Bastion is an interesting choice, especially on 2CP.
I love the Sombra pick from Fusions. Yep, yep, they went right on top of the gate. Yep, that. Yep.
Wow.
Yep, and then they're probably gonna teleport right down, but it's a bunch of big picks. I mean, yep, there they go right there. That's a bunch of huge picks.
This is not what I was expecting.
No.
I'll be honest.
Nah, it's really good play from Chug Life. I mean, look, they're just cleaning up so much.
They are. Mr. Clip is going to get back for a contest, but against that Bastion, I don't think he's going to stay there long.
Not for long. I'm curious if Nebula is going to make any adjustments. I mean,
We'll see.
that Bastion for Chug Life, Johnny's already like almost got his ult. I'm surprised Fusions didn't stay on the Sombra, because Sombra I feel like would be more effective against a Bastion than a Pharah.
I think it depends on the sightlines.
That's true. That's true.
And given what they saw with the Symmetra teleporter, they might be expecting them to take this next high ground, in which case Pharah would be a great way to kind of counter that. Because Sombra would have a tough time getting up there.
Oh, look, they got the teleporter already.
They're not going to take center. This is a tough position. And we're going to see Psycho go down.
Psycho aggressive is just, or not Psycho, Chug Life is just so aggressive here. They might take it here, this first push.
They might. This is an impressive showing from Chug Life. There's a shatter. Only hits a couple, but it's enough to knock him off the point, and that'll be it.
That's honestly as clean as you can get.
Yeah.
Really good play.
That was an incredible attack.
0 to 2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
So, how do you follow that up?
I don't know.
I mean,
That attack was.
and
They have
even
a time bank of 6 minutes.
I mean, that's one of the largest you see out of any, like, just Overwatch in general. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's solid gameplay. I know the players for Chug Life now, Cypher, Vinyl, Ice, Artemis, they're kind of like not the core of Chug Life, but they're the older members. They're the ones who've played together the longest compared to the people on the last map. So they've been playing together for a very long time, and so to see this synergy out of them doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
We're gonna see Mr. Clip sticking on Reinhardt with a Roadhog as their off tank.
They're gonna put.
And ooh, that is a nasty hiding spot.
It's a good hiding spot, but if a Hanzo Air can get him or something. But at the same time, they don't. I mean, I'm looking at Nebula. They don't have anybody that can like shoot up there consistently.
The only one that's gonna have a chance is Psycho Mantis, but to even get close, he's gonna have to get so far into this choke.
Oh yeah, and they don't even know that Bastion's there.
No. Well, they might now. Fusion is on Sombra.
Yeah. Ice does go down, so that's a good pick.
If they can capitalize on it, they're not they're not pushing in on the pick.
I mean,
and down goes Mr. Clip and Leaf Flow.
As soon as they push out from under that thing, though, I mean, the Bastion just has free reign. You have to take out that Bastion. If you don't take him out, then I mean, you're sitting ducks.
You need to take him out or block his sight lines. And I just truthfully think Nebula needs a Lucio if they're gonna stick with the Reinhardt and the rest of these fairly immobile heroes.
They need some counter to that Bastion too. There's nothing in their arsenal besides that hook that can consistently kill that Bastion right now up there. I mean, but okay, you can shoot it with a Zen or something, but like no DPS-y damage, you know.
No, the Zen is not going to be able to take out the Bastion if they're being properly supported.
Hmm. I mean, the Mercy's just chilling up there with the Bastion. I mean, she doesn't have to be she doesn't have to heal her players like down there. She can just sit up there.
Nope.
Bastion is a little occupied with that Sombra though.
Fusion's doing a good job of staying out of his sight lines.
Yeah.
Oh,
He just
spoke
died.
too soon.
Yeah. Oh, good hook on Vinyl. Excellent hook, but he gets walled off.
And Mr. Clip goes down. They're now down 2. I think that's the end of the push.
Yeah. I love how Johnny ults up there, doesn't even move, just stays there.
I mean, if I was him, I wouldn't move either. We are going to see Fusion come out and try to draw some defenders.
Yeah. But once
Oh,
again,
Mr. Clip on Hammond.
they gotta deal with that Bastion. They're trying to fight this front line while letting that Bastion have free reign.
Yeah. And it is costing them a lot.
The Maze down there ulting on the solo. We have Hog.
You see Mr. Clip behind?
Yeah.
He's doing a decent job disrupting, but his team is not there to follow up.
Yeah, but they're still not going for that Bastion. I mean,
They really aren't. Even the EMP misses the Bastion. Oh, Psycho does get the hook. Johnny is pulled off of his perch.
alright, so that's come big ults coming out.
This might be the push that they take point.
They're gonna, yeah, they're resin.
No.
Oh, and that Reaper's gonna cut off.
It can still be turned around, but it's not looking good for Nebula.
No. Certainly not.
10 seconds.
Mister should be able to touch here, he will, yeah. But
And he is going to get some backup.
yeah, but with that Bastion sitting back there. Fusion's gonna get 2 good picks, but I don't know if that's enough. And I don't think it's gonna be.
Yeah, I think it's too little too late. Oh god,
Oh.
Indigo with the res, but
Yeah.
it gets denied.
I mean,
That's it.
yeah, it's gonna be it. And Chug Life takes it with a pretty dominant performance. Phew. That was something else. And Artemis with the play of the game with the sim. She's known for her sim. She's obvious. Well, her name's spelled backwards, Symmetra and Artemis. But she's been really good with that sim over like all of her scrims.
She is the final deny on that res. Solid play.
Alright, so the last map we will be playing is... Let's I find it one more time. Nepal. It's going to be Nepal. So we're going to see what subs want to come in for out for Chug Life, and then we'll get started. That looked more dominant than the first map, honestly, for Chug Life.
I would agree. They had their plan and they executed it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So let me see who's staying in. So Cypher's staying in. Deers is coming out. Vinyl is coming out. Johnny's staying in. Ice is coming out. And Artemis is coming out. Okay. And then Smoking's coming in. Oak's coming in. Richard's coming in. And Mylon's coming in. Okay, sweet. All right. So once again 4 subs for Chug Life. Meanwhile Nebula, they don't have anybody they can sub. So
I think this 4 sub strategy is throwing off the enemy team more than anything else.
I don't. I honestly don't think it's the 4 subs. I think it's just poor coordination and just
Well,
superior strategy
yeah,
and everything. I mean that Bastion for Chug Life. I mean what Chug Life ran isn't impossible to take out. I mean don't get me wrong. They did an amazing job. They did really good. But I mean
Mhm.
pick a Hanzo and Storm Arrow him. I mean, Reaper's not going to be able to get up there to him unless you pull something amazing off. Like, I just feel like
Right.
Nebula didn't do what they needed to do, and they weren't
They didn't
prepared.
adapt to their problem.
Hmm.
Yeah. They had no plan B.
Yeah. Okay. So I know Nebula's ready, and I'm just waiting on Chug Life to say they're ready.
We've seen a lot of Bastions so far. Do you think we'll see any of it on King of the Hill?
Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. I say that, but we'll see. Okay, so both teams are ready, so we're just going to throw ourselves in. And this will be the last map. Chug Life's already won the match 2-0, but I guess we're going to see if they can sweep it or if Nebula can take a map off them.
You always gotta give them the chance.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Initiating match.
Alright, so we are on Shrine.
We are. Just going to fly the camera out to the mountains. So, once again, Switch is coming up for Chug Life. They're taking 4 out, putting 4 in. I think Cypher and Johnny, the only 2 that have been in for all 3 maps for them, I think.
I think you're right. Johnny definitely has.
Mhm.
I believe you're right on Cypher as well.
Yeah. And let's see, just some standard stuff. Mylon's going on Farah. Cypher's on Baptiste. A couple of good picks all around. Psycho's on his Hog. He's really good with that.
We're gonna see a Reinhardt and a Hammond tank and off tank
Interesting.
combo.
3, 2,
See how it works.
round 1.
These are some interesting comps that they're
Yeah.
throwing out.
No Bastions either side.
Oh, we are gonna get God Indigo onto the brig.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought Clip was going to mess up there. He got booped off.
We have Nebula running a Hog Goats. This is
Yeah.
interesting.
But you have no counter against that far. Smoking gets a good pick on the Lucio.
Mr. Clip finds nothing with his charge.
And Godingo goes down. So that's already a bunch of picks for Chug Life.
Mr. Clip goes down. It's looking like Chug Life is gonna get this point.
Yeah, they are.
Well, Nebula's still contesting.
Yeah, they're gonna get it.
Fortunately, a 4v6 at this point. I think they're just feeding ult charge to Chug Life.
Yeah, they need to back off and regroup. And they still don't have a hit scan against that far. So unless that Roadhog's gonna hook her, they're gonna do something.
Or unless their Baptiste is gonna
Yep.
take her out
Good
instead
hook
of
though.
heal.
Psycho gets an excellent hook.
That he does. Fortunately, 2 of his team are not there to help follow up.
Oh,
We're gonna see the Shatter thrown down.
yeah. Mister had his shield up, but Psycho wasn't behind it. Yeah.
You unfortunately see a lot of that as Reinhardt.
So Chug Life's gonna win this fight. I think Nebula is probably gonna have 2 more full fights until it gets to about 99%.
We are hitting 50.
Yeah, and
That's only a couple fights.
and Chug Life does have more ults.
I do. the Mr. Clip is coming up on his Shatter, and At almost has a beat. So they might be able to weather whatever storm Chug Life has in store for him.
Oh, Mylon, I didn't see that. I guess he killed
Goes
himself.
down.
Couple loss for Chug Life. Smoking gets a couple picks, but they do kill him.
Psycho on point alone, going for a flanking round.
No,
Mr. Clip's gonna commit Shatter. Doesn't find a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Nebula's going to be able to get this.
Psycho's still alive on point, but
Yeah, they just had so much damage going on in there.
oh, they do have Baptiste with his immortality field down, but he's not touching point.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yep, Chug Life's going to get it. Not looking good for Nebula.
It is not. Another dominant performance from Chug Life. And now we are on Village.
I think this is my favorite, like, I guess, round or whatever, map on this map, if that makes sense at all.
Yeah.
Not many changes coming out. Richard does switch over from the Hammond to the Zarya. And Psycho also goes over to Zarya, so dueling Zaryas and Rhines.
And they're still... Now they're running a 3-2-1.
Yeah.
Subbing in May for Ika,
Yeah.
as it looks like they're trying to get a Goats comp going.
Miles switches over last second from the Far to the Widow. Widow's up there by herself. Wait. Chug Life's a little spread out right now, but let's see how this works.
Now that Nebula's on point, I think they have a much better chance of holding this.
Yeah.
They're pretty solid when they have to stay grouped up together.
Yeah. Oh, they do get the point though. They get the pick.
Take down Smokin'.
Yeah. Yeah, Chug Life is just really spread out right now. I mean, it works if you can get the picks, but with that Ryan shield, it's hard to snipe through it or get shoulder shots through it.
Well, the comp that Chug Life is running right now, it relies on outplaying the Ryan shield with positioning.
Yep.
But there are only 2 entrances to the point that they're holding right now.
And Mylan does
This
go
might
down.
be it though. Oh.
Oh, good anti on Nebula.
Could be huge, but there's not a lot of follow-up.
Oh, shoot.
I see the Shatter committed. They are gonna get the Zarya.
Yep, they are. Soldiers ults behind them. Good Maywall. That's gonna stall the rest of that out. I mean, if nothing else, Nebula's doing a really good job of, at the very least, just like, if they get picked, they take one with them where they just keep this point.
That they are. Oh, we are gonna see Leaf Po go down. And 2 ults committed on the side of Nebula to hold the point.
And both support ults, too. Ooh, Psycho got...
Charge doesn't find anybody.
Yeah, Psycho bubbled himself.
We see the Shatter from Smokin', but no follow-up because he would die. Nice Maywall.
Yeah, good rally. With this goat setup, they just, there's so much healing.
Oh, but they don't see the Widow behind.
They see her now. She does get away.
But Chug Life still isn't taking control of point.
Yeah.
And that pushes it to last fight.
Yeah, I mean, Chug Life's going to be able to touch here. Yeah, but...
Yep.
We'll have to see how it goes. Yeah.
There it is. Oh, Diana's jumping on.
That should be it,
That'll be
unless
it.
something drastic happens. Yep. So we are going to go to a third point. So a lot better showing from Nebula there. They looked a lot better with that, May goats.
Well, I think the map helped them to their advantage there because
Yeah.
they were forced to play as a team,
Yeah. Well, Chug
and it blocked off some sightlines for them.
Life didn't look as not organized. That's not the right word. Like together. Like as soon as the map started out, obviously
Yeah.
Widow was by herself, Soldier was by himself, and they were relying on that first pick mentality where you get first pick and then you move in. But the thing was, they never got first pick. If anything, Nebula got
Right.
first picked, and they were already on the point. So I mean, you already have
And
the
that's
point.
that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the strength of Goat's comp. The healing just outpowers anything any singular DPS can do,
Yeah.
aside from headshots.
Yep. I love goats.
You and me both. Ooh, we're gonna see a Winston here.
Yep. So Johnny's on the sniper this time, not Mylan. Oh, Cat does go down.
Mylon on Pharah?
Leaf's probably gonna get out of the mech here. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, she does.
Yep, there it
She does.
is.
Yeah, Chug should take this point. Maybe. Yeah, they're gonna take it.
Even with 2 picks.
Yeah, on
That's,
both sides have far now.
Both sides. We're gonna see the Infrasight come out from Widow. That'll give them a nice outline of where they're planning to attack.
Ho ho! He hooks the
Oh.
Winston off. I don't know if he had jump or not. And the Widow and the
don't
Pharah
think
does
he
go
did.
down.
Systems checked out.
But
Each team at 1 pick.
Nebula really needs to move in here because they're just okay. They're moving in now. Oh,
Oh,
he hooks off.
another nice hook.
Awesome by Psychomantis.
See Orisa walk onto the point.
Yeah. They really need to try to take this. Couple picks on each side.
Psycho is gonna pick up the pick on.
I mean, Nebula's not really like focusing targets right now. Like when I'm seeing one person shoot at one. Cool.
I really think
Gotcha,
that's
big
been.
picks.
Whew, that is a huge bomb. They can just knock him off the point for a second. Okay.
There we go.
There it is.
Alright, so now Nebula does have it. So let's see how they go into this. It's gonna be harder for that Widow to be sniping now because you know they don't have the defense.
Right.
Psycho's kind of doing his own thing. Fusion's gotta be careful. Oh, he hooks the Winston. Oh,
Oh, that is a huge barrage.
big picks on each side.
Routing tower to forward.
Nobody's on the point. Okay, they're coming back.
You don't always need to be on the point.
Nah, it's
Sometimes you gotta chase down that Lucio.
it's optional. The Psycho's looking for another pick.
And we've got bongos coming out from Mr.
Oh,
Cliff.
somebody got booped off, I think. Yep.
Oh, the charge finds Mr. Cliff, and he gets knocked off by the
Oh.
Primal.
Awesome ult by Richard. Now all you can do now for Nebula, they're just trying to stall, keep more percentage.
And that's the play. Stall as long as you can, get some percentage.
I mean, 68%. I mean, that's not too bad, but you're gonna have one full push here. After this full push, it's just staggers. So you need to take this push. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Exactly. For anyone watching, the reason that is, when you get to about 85% on the point, by the time you get there and start a fight, you will be pushing 99 by the end of the fight.
Oh yeah.
Helden sterben nicht.
You better get in there and throw a shield down. You got a touch? I think I should touch.
This.
I don't think they will.
Ooh. I like what they tried to do there. They did the Roadhog all behind them to like try to position them. Oh, I think that's the best play of Nebula all night so far. I really
I
like
think
that.
you're right.
Psycho
it
going
shows
off.
that they do have plans. They have plans. They have plays. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
the ability.
Oh yeah. And
They
meanwhile,
just need to. Yep. Sorry.
oh no, you're good. I was just gonna say, now Chug Life is in the exact opposite position, but they have 5 alts coming into this fight compared to 0.
And they only need to win that one fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Cat, you gotta be careful. Surprised Cat's not sticking with a team. Like, Lucia all by herself. Yep. That was, I don't know, weird.
See 2 ults coming out to engage.
Yeah, bunch of alts coming out.
But not a lot of picks coming up. Oh, down goes Psycho.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they're coming. They're coming in.
Yeah, those 5 alts was just hard, it's really hard to overcome.
Yeah. There's not much you can do against that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just gonna be
But Chug
stalls.
Life is gonna take it.
Yep. And Chug Life takes the 3-0 sweep. But definitely a lot better showing on the last map from Nebula. It was just a lot
Oh,
better gameplay.
absolutely. It was night and day compared to the first map.
That's probably when he got that Nano Primal. Or not Nano, but Primal.
Huge environmental kills
Yeah.
from Richard.
Unless you didn't have him, I'm surprised that Orisa didn't harden. So, yep. Okie dokie. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for tonight. Once again, a 3-0 sweep by Chug Life over Nebula Storm. Some really good plays. Overall, what'd you think of everything?
Chug Life seemed to come in with a plan and know how to execute it a little bit more. Nebula, it kind of felt like they were making some stuff up on the spot.
Yeah.
They were playing well, but they didn't have the coordination to pull off some of the things that they attempted.
Yeah, Chug Life just better, plain and simple. We could sit here and say strategy, this and that, but plain and simple, Chug Life looked better, and it showed. I mean, the 3-0 sweep and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Not much more to say.
yep. So, I think we're gonna end it there, everybody. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.